Okay, let's see what our filter looks like. Welcome back, everybody. Since we last spoke, I turned the camera off on that last episode and I had a nightmare of the rest of the day. It was my fault. Basically, the Flexi-N truck that we use, we let the neighbour use that for carting some water, and what had happened is you can't empty that truck completely unless you put it on a hell of an angle. You climb in and you get a bucket and a scoop and you scoop all the water out. We were a bit lazy and busy at the time because it was seeding, and we didn't do it. What had happened is obviously algae grows on that water that was in there, and we just brewed up with the Flexi-N and off we went. And for the past few brews, so all of Henry's brews and the first one of mine was fine. The Flexi-N hadn't ripped it off the walls yet. Well, it decided to do it on that last tank, didn't it? And my goodness, did that cause a headache. So what it did was it blocked up the filters with algae like you wouldn't believe. I only had I had 3,000 litres on board or whatever it was, I can't remember. But it just was it was impossible. I couldn't spray, there was no pressure. I had to clean the filters out, which was a nightmare because they couldn't really clean them. Anyway, I finally got them clean. I got it so that I could go spraying. I managed to get 36 hectares before they blocked again, and by that stage it was like 4:30. I came back to the tanks there and I washed out, I got the fire and I washed out all those tanks so that they were all clean. Just get all the algae scum off the walls. So they're all clean now. So then the next morning I filled the fire unit back up. I pressure washed the filter so that it was all perfect and clean. Chucked it in the boom, got spraying 200 metres. 200 metres is all I got. And they blocked again. And that's where I had to make the hard decision. I made the decision that I was going to dump the Flexi-N that I had in my tank. It was painful to do, but I was losing time. I was losing patience, and I couldn't get spraying. So I ended up dumping 2,000 litres on the ground. So it's about 2,000 and something dollars that I dropped on the ground. As I did it, there was all the algae came out. I washed the tank out, and then since then it's been brilliant. I've been able to spray. It's been fine, yeah, that was a bit of fun. And then this morning, for some reason, I had to jump start the bloody Agrifac, even though both batteries were at 12.4 volts. Riddle me that. No idea. We're brewed up now and we're rolling, so yeah. To the eagle-eyed viewer, you'll have noticed we are out in the canola now. So we're spraying away out here. I've already done the one on the other side of the Brook pad there, and now we're in this one. Once I finish this one, we're going to go straight into the, hang on, I've got to make sure I don't hit this power pole. I think I'm good. Let's just make sure. Yes, that wouldn't have been good. So like I was saying, as soon as I finish this one here, which will be in about 20 hectares, I'll be moving into the wheat, which is just up here, and my plan is to go into the wheat there, then do the rest of the wheat, and then after that we'll go to the canola down at Hatton's there, which is it doesn't look like this, let's just put it that way. So this is all looking nice, definitely not as nice as what we'd like, but Hatton's is a long way behind this, and it's very patchy. Still a canola crop there, but it's not going to perform very well. But yeah, we've got rain. So today's Tuesday, we've got rain coming tomorrow, so Wednesday. That it should be hopefully coming maybe about tomorrow night, tomorrow afternoon, so I can get a bit of spraying done. I'll just put it down here, come to a corner. The rain is predicted for 5 to 10 mils, 100%. So here's hoping, fingers crossed. We get it. We're all hoping that we get it. Everything needs it. All the crops are all looking for a thirst. They're all looking for a drink. Why am I spraying and Henry's not? So Henry yesterday was on the boom spray for half the day with his dad, showing his dad the boom. And then yeah, now I've jumped back on. They're going to go around and he's going to show them the wonderful place that is Esperance. So he's going to take them to the beaches and all that sort of stuff. So he's left me with the responsibility of the boom spray. Hopefully I don't have any more issues like I did the other day. Oh man, was this glass cage nearly about to explode? I can tell you, it was not pretty. I was getting quite frustrated. All finished up in the canola. Now we are into the wheat. So the reason I'm hitting the wheat now instead of going down to the canola, I honestly can't remember if I said it to you guys already, because that was half an hour ago. But the reason we're going for the wheat over the canola is the wheat here is already so the taller ones. So you can probably see the taller patches. They're the sort of the bigger patches out there. They are already at flag leaf, and it's a bigger flag leaf than what the barley has already. So I want to hit these first. Don't want to damage this flag leaf too much. So I'm going to head over and finish all of the wheat first, and then we go down to the canola, because the canola is, like I said, a bit patchy, and I mean the nitrogen will do wonders for it, but the wheat, we're chasing the money now, so going for the wheat. I've struck my first issue for the day. I noticed out there I've got a nozzle that's not working, and then the streams weren't looking as strong as what they should. I looked out there, and then there's another nozzle out there that's not working, and then I looked down here and my rate is off, my pressure is way down, and my litres a minute are also way down. What that tells me is I've got a blocked filter again.
Copy, John.
Reggie?
We're just coming back with your Flexi truck now. You've only got 11,000 litres back at the shed. Have you got more coming?
Yeah, later on today there should be, yeah.
Yep, no worries. Do you want us to move any of your, like you're using the 5-unit Rushine, or leave it here for now?
Leave it there, that'd be fine, I'll sort that out. But I might need you to come pick me up. I've got, I assume, a block filter again, so I'm not sure if maybe that stuff is gumming up or not. I've just got to get to the end of my run here, so then I can drop the filters so I don't end up with a bare patch in the paddock.
Yep, no worries. We'll be over there shortly.
Reggie. So yeah, like I was just saying to Henry, I've obviously got a block filter. and I shouldn't, because all the Flexi-N tank is clean, there's no algae in there. What it could be is, we've had it happen before, when the carrier who brings out our Flexi-N brings out a, has a different chemical, like UAN or something in there first, and they don't wash the tanks out properly, they don't mix, and then you end up with an issue. Yeah, I'm not sure if that's what's happened or not, or maybe there's just a residue in the tank. I did wash the tank out though. Anyway, we're about to find out what our issue is. It's definitely blocked filters. We press our little button here and that shuts off the tank, because obviously if I open all this up, I'm going to get stuff all over me. Then I got to drain it, because there ends up being quite a bit of liquid in there. In fact, there's nothing coming out. I'm a bit worried as to what's happened. There should be a lot of liquid coming out of that. I'm going to break the seal to let some air in. Right. Whenever we dump the filters, we try and do it in a bare area like this. If I do it in the paddock, the Flexi-N, too much Flexi-N kills plants, too much nitrogen. So you end up with a big bare area, so it's just nice and easy to come to the end of the paddock and then do it on a nice bare spot. Makes life a whole lot easier. Okay, let's see what our filter looks like. Right, well, the issue isn't really our filter. I'm not sure you can see here, we've got algae, but the whole rest of it is actually clean. So I'm not too sure. Maybe it was blocked and then letting out the water, the Flexi-N like I did then is stripped it all out. I'm not seeing any algae on the ground though, so that's maybe not the case. I'll chuck this back in and we'll see how we go. What I'm doing now is so this is the before it goes to the pump. This is the one before it goes to the boom. So I'm just gonna check this one as well and see what that one looks like. And that one's clean. See how we go. That's not looking promising. Just gonna do a flush, well not a flush, I don't have any water in the flush tank, but simulated speed up here and see if that works. Do you normally get an airlock whenever you clean filters out?
No, usually the only time I get an airlock is when I'm swapping. If you swap between the main tank and the flush water tank with the pump off and turn your pump on too quickly, that's the only time I get an airlock.
Yeah, because right now all I'm getting is, well, when I've reversed out I was only getting 7 litres a minute. Now I'm finally up to 55, but need to be at least 80 before at idle. And then yeah, obviously it's like 110 or something when I'm spraying, and yeah, that's not doing it. Oh, the joys of this boom spray. That was the other thing. I had to jump start this morning.
Oh, that's weird. I'm pretty sure I had everything turned off, and yeah, haven't had issues with that battery yet.
Yeah, no, everything was turned off, and both batteries were 12.4, and tried the furthest one in, and then yeah, still nothing. Tried the outer one, started. So no idea. Alright, I'm at 80 litres a minute now, and I'm getting some pressure on my damn nozzles. Well, not nozzles, you know, the pump. There we go.
So I just decided to have a hissy fit on you.
Yes, it did.
Well, hopefully it behaves itself now.
It behaved itself because you're here. It's like, oh, he's so close. Don't leave me.
I'll get halfway to the beach and I'll get a call. No, it's not working again.
Yeah. Hopefully when I turn around to get spraying here, it works.
Yep.
Right, well, what I was doing then was turning on to a simulated speed so that I could trick the computer into putting out more pressure, because when he's sitting still it doesn't do anything. And it was slowly coming up a little bit, wasn't really working. Turned it off and on, and got the pressure back. So I have no idea what caused that, but I'm having a lot of issues with this pump in the last 3 days. We're going at the moment, so that's the main thing. We shall continue on problem free. Not too sure how well you guys could see when I showed you the screen before for the pressures. Probably a bit bouncy. I'm going to show you what it should look like when it's working. Probably again a bit too bouncy. But down here, 4 bar, up at 65 litres a hectare. And down here, that's 122 litres a minute. When I was having the issues, I was down at, I think, about 0.2 bar, 30 litres a hectare, and about 30 litres a minute. So you can see the difference. Whatever we did made. At least we're so far ticking along. All good, no issues so far. Got through the rest of that tank, no issues. So brewed up, and we'll see how we go. I hopped up on top of the Flexi-N truck there and had a look in to see if there's any algae in coming from the sides of the tank from the product, but there wasn't, so that's good. So no idea what caused that pump issue before. I'm really hoping it doesn't happen again. You would have heard Henry on the 2A earlier. He said that we've only got 11,000 litres left up at the shed there. We do have Flexi-N coming later on today. I think it's going to be late in Savo, which, yeah, I don't think I'll have quite run out of Flexi-N by then, or maybe I will have. My usual truckie that I use for Flexi-N is out of action, so I'm kind of at the hands of CSBP and who they can use to get out. They've been very good to deal with and, you know, organise a truck for me, which is very grateful. I'm very grateful for that. But yeah, it's instead of just calling up my usual guy and ordering Flexi-N and getting it here quite literally like that day or the next day, I can't do that now. So I've got to do some forward planning, which is a bit frustrating when it comes to Flexi-N, because Flexi-N, you can go a day or two, like what I've had in the last 3 days of having some pretty bad days, so you're not covering the hectares, and then you go to a day like today where I'm in a nice big paddock and I'm going to cover quite a few hectares, and you chew through the Flexi-N pretty quick. But anyway, that's where I'm at. I'm hoping Flexi-N arrives late this afternoon and I'll be able to just keep on rolling. But yeah, guess we'll see. The wheat's looking good though. Like I said earlier, everything needs a drink. It's all looking a bit thirsty. But other than that, yeah, it's looking alright. It's very clean. Not seeing any weeds out there. And what weeds I am seeing, they look like they've died, so they were broadleafs. just finished brewing up. I've got maybe, if I'm lucky, I'm going to guess about 3,000 litres left in the truck there. I'm going to go and spray this one out. I've got a full brew on board. I've got 8,000 litres. I'm going to go and spray this out. I'll come back, then I'll take that to the shed and get that last 11,000 litres that's left in the tank up there. Bring that down, and then I will get a full brew from that, and then if I'm lucky, you know, maybe 6,000 litres after that. So that will be enough to finish the paddock down here, which would be good. And I think it'll go a little bit into Flexi-N as well. Okie dokie, I've finished that tank, obviously, because I'm back here. Now I'm going to head to the shed. There is 4,000 litres left in the truck. I reckon I'll probably be able to slurp out maybe 3,500, we'll see. But I've got a full 8,000 on board, which is good. So out we go to spray this out, come back, get that, and then, yeah, honestly have no idea when I'm getting that next load of Flexi-N. I was told today, so I'm really hoping it comes this afternoon so I can fill up the truck, the servo, and keep going, or at least get ready for tomorrow so I can keep spraying just before the rain. Apparently the rain is going to get here about afternoon-ish time, something like that, so it'd be nice to be able to keep going, but I can only do what I can do. Nearly finished the paddock, probably got it out another 5 to 10 hectares to go, and all in all the wheat is looking pretty good. You can see the excuse me, you can see the high rises in the crop, so that's obviously the stuff that germinated earlier, and that's the stuff that's basically at flag. So yeah, it's good timing getting on. So this is all more advanced. I don't think I'm getting Flexi tonight. Nothing I can do about it. So anyway, we'll see when it arrives. Hopefully it arrives tomorrow and I can get some more out before this rain comes, but we shall see. Over here is a lot more even than what I saw over there. It's not as advanced, which is good. It means that the Flexi-N won't be hitting any flag leaf, which is ideal. Over there, not sure if the GoPro will pick it up, it's a bit more patchy, which means we've got more advanced plants over there. But all in all, so far what I'm seeing out here is it's looking fantastic. Really needs a drink, but other than that, it's nice and green. Again, it's nice and clean. Henry's done bloody good on killing all the weeds. And yeah, it's just needs that bit of water, which will come tomorrow, I hope. Empty, and we are out of Flexi-N. 66.1 hectares is what we got done, which actually got this paddock finished. It was right on the buzzer that I got it. Now I'm going to go flush out, and then by the time I've done that, Rhiannon should be finished with taking the kids to piano, and then I can get a taxi lift down to my ute and grab the fire unit, bring that up so I can wash the boom off. And then I can also get a lift to go and grab the truck to go and get it up to the shed. Rightio, I'm just doing a quick flush now just to make sure everything's all clean and clear. And just to get a bit of water to go through all those nozzles. That way it's all clean. If you leave Flexi-N in them, especially with the solenoids, they can tend to start to gum up, and we have had that. A few of them don't don't turn off, which gets a bit annoying. And then look, my ride has arrived. So I've got a taxi ride to get to my ute and the truck now. Hello.
Hi, Daddy. Where are we going?
Just to the new tanks.
Where are we taking you?
To the tanks. Okay. First thing to do is get the truck back to the shed. And then, oh no, the isolator's on. Where is it? And then once I've dropped this off there, and then the girls can then drop me back here, and then they can go home and I can hook onto the fire unit. And then I need to go and wash the whole boom spray. Yeah. There goes my ride. The kids had been promised a chocolate at some point, so I was holding them up from getting to their chocolate. So they were kept on asking, where do we go? Where are we going? Where are we going? I need to go home. They're finally going home. So that's that sorted. I've also, I was talking with CSBP, unfortunately no Flexi-N today or tonight, this evening. I mean, it's 5 o'clock now anyway. But yeah, there's a chance I might get some tomorrow. Which is, at least I'll be getting it, but it means I won't be able to have a day of spraying it out. But yeah, we'll just see when it comes and yeah, I guess make a plan from there. Right now is a time that we like to call banker's hour. It's when the sun's setting and that just makes the crops look magnificent. And it's always the time that you should bring the banker out and drive them around your farm. And we on this road, these 4 paddocks that go along this road, they are the 4 best paddocks on the farm. So we call this loop the Banker's Loop. So Banker's Loop during Banker's Hour. The only thing missing is a beer here because it's quite nice to look at the crop like that. Now I know you've got the sun in the way and it's a bit bright, but it is looking fantastic. Last job of the day for me is to wash the boom. We wash it every night after, well, every day that we use Flexi-N. And the reason being is, you know, Flexi just flicks up, gets on everything. Flexi-N, nitrogen, very corrosive. So you don't want to leave it on the boom. You can see the tyres. So that's what happens just from driving through the crop that's been sprayed with Flexi-N. So on my headlands when I'm transporting and turning, all that's just coming from that. Changing the filters today. I've got you know, obviously Flexi-N that's gone everywhere and splashed up onto everything. We haven't needed to fold our booms in the last couple of days, but today I had to fold my boom. So you can see up there, there's a dribble from the nozzles. Obviously, you know, there's just a little bit that was dribbling out. They're not on the whole time, but we just like to get it all off. Otherwise it sits on the boom, it corrodes it, and yeah, just doesn't look nice. So we like to give it a bit of a once over, get it all back to being nice and clean. It also helps come when we finish the Flexi-N round, when we come to washing the boom, because we need to do another wash. It just makes it a bit easier because you're essentially keeping the boom pretty damn clean throughout the time that you're spraying. Well everyone, that is the end of the day for me and the end of the video. Hopefully Flexi-N continues tomorrow. Not sure if it will or not. Yeah, thank you for watching. If you've liked it, give it a like, subscribe if you haven't, share it with somebody. Don't forget to also check out the Glass Cage podcast. We release episodes every Tuesday, so we're now up to 2 episodes that are out. And yeah, I'll catch you in the next one.